SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, ULP General Secretary says Jomo Thomas' exit will not affect the party and wishes him well. Guyana oil production targeted for a possible December startup. U.S. House of Representatives passed resolution to formally proceed with impeachment inquiry against President Donald Trump. And in sports, Harden scores 59 as the Rockets defeated the Washington Wizards by a 1-point margin. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV's News and Sports for Thursday, October 31st, 2019. I am Bhavin Olver with the details. The General Secretary of the ruling Unity Labour Party, Julian Francis, said they have received and accepted the resignation of Jomo Thomas, who on Tuesday announced he is no longer a member of the party. Up until his announcement this week, Thomas was the ULP caretaker for the South Leeward constituency, which he contested and lost in the 2015 general elections. In a telephone interview with SVG-TV News today, Francis said persons are free to join and free to leave the party, and in the case of Thomas, the relationship has not been too well, and his exit will not affect the party.
Well, I expect human beings to do anything at times, you know. I don't particularly single out Jomo Thomas. Jomo, as you know, there has not been a very smooth relationship with the party for a while, and he has so chosen to act. That's his decision. It's public knowledge. You have seen his writings in the paper and on social media, and you have heard his statements being made from time to time. I don't think it takes anybody other than a person with basic common sense to understand that there were some challenges. The party still goes on. There's nothing. It does not affect the party in any way.
Francis further stated that they are in the process of choosing a candidate to contest the South Leeward seat in the upcoming general elections, and he is confident that the candidate selected will win the seat for the ULP, which he said Thomas was unable to do.
Oh, that's never a problem for the Unity Labour Party. This is not the NDP. NDP struggles to find candidates. We have them in scores of them. So there's never ever a problem to find a replacement candidate. We have a process, and we go through that process, and that process has been activated by the Central Executive a month ago on 5 particular constituencies, and we are in the process of getting that rolling. I support the Unity Labour Party, and like everybody else who voted for the Unity Labour Party down there, and we will get a suitable candidate. I believe that will get the majority. Mr. Thomas didn't get the majority of the votes in South Leeward last time. We're fairly confident that the new candidate that we will get will be more acceptable to the vast majority of the voters in South Leeward. I am convinced about that.
Thomas, who has been with the ULP for more than a decade, this week announced that he is not only leaving the party, but also will be stepping down early in the new year as Speaker of the House of Assembly. 2 Vincentian nationals have been deported from Grenada. Kamara Lampkin, who was nabbed during a drug operation on October 21st, has been ordered deported from Grenada to face murder-related charges here at home. Lampkin 39, who entered Grenada illegally, left Grenada yesterday under police escort. The police in Grenada says the drug charges against Lampkin in Grenada was discontinued after they were informed by the SVG police force about an active murder investigation in which he is a suspect. The other Vincentian is Zavik Williams, who was also deported yesterday. Williams was arrested during a joint operation on September 26, 2019 by the Financial Investigation Unit and Drug Squad. He was charged with 4 counts of money laundering and appeared in court on October 2, 2019, where he pleaded guilty to 2 of the counts, was reprimanded on 1 other count, and acquitted on the other. Williams was fined $2,500 on each count he pleaded to be paid in 1 week. The fine was paid on October 28th. He also forfeited $4,500 to the state. Deputy Executive Director of Invest SVG, Nadine Ega-Gillerat, said this Everything Vinci Expo was a tremendous success, noting that the attendance figures to the expo surpassed those of last year. She was at the time addressing the awards and closing ceremony for the 2019 Expo exhibition at Guichet last evening. Ega-Gillerat said they have been tracking persons attending the expo, and daily over 2,000 persons have passed through, with more attending the special nightly activities.
This year's expo has already completely annihilated the record of last year. We've already blown that out of the water, and we only, thanks, I think we did pretty well too. We anticipate this getting better as we go along. We anticipate a lot of growth, and we want you guys to come out in your numbers. If you have a product that you're working on in secret at home and your family likes it, or your people in your community like it, maybe the rest of us would like it too. Don't hide in your kitchen, don't hide in your living room, don't hide in your workshop. Please come and see us at Invest SVG. Our doors are literally always open. We're on the 2nd floor of the financial complex. If you take the elevator up, you get off on the 2nd floor mezzanine and turn right, you can't miss us. We're literally the 2nd door in the building. Please come and see us. Our staff is so unbelievably friendly. Bring food, because we're also unbelievably greedy as well.
Development Officer for Invest SVG, Peter Edward, thanked everyone who helped to make this year's expo a success.
And those young people, including a few older ones, have worked. I don't know how they did it. They leave there very late and come back early in the morning, and they assisted almost everybody who needed assistance at the expo. I am so forever grateful. We will show our appreciation at our volunteer appreciation cocktail coming up soon. We want to say thank you very much to the board of directors of Invest SVG, Mr. Regisford and the rest of the board of directors. Thank you all guys for the support as always. Invest SVG team, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. We are a team, though we quarrel most of the time, but we get the work done. To our technical working committee that includes the immigration, police, Port Authority, Bureau of Standards, and Agriculture, and all those stakeholders, we say thank you to you, customs and everywhere. We say thank you to you because without you, we could not have done that.
At the closing ceremony, several awards were presented to the exhibitors in various categories. The Richmond Vale Academy was awarded for being the first group to sign up for the expo. The Most Cooperative Booth Award went to East Caribbean Metals Industries, while Tubbs & Craft took the first prize for Best Decorated Table. Olive's Art Design won the award for Best Decorated Booth. The Most Popular Table Award went to Una's Legacy Inc., and Red Bikini took the award for the Most Popular Booth. The Export Ready Table Award went to Pringer Natural Flavor, while the Export Ready Booth Award went to Kendra's Aluminum. The first cruise ship arrived for the 2019-2020 tourist season arrived in Port Kingstown today with over 2,000 visitors, many of whom got the opportunity to visit the Everything Vinci Expo at the Geese Shed. Our news team caught up with some of the visitors at the expo site who says it was their first time in SVG and shared their impressions of the island and the expo.
It's really good. Yeah, I think it's excellent that they're trying to promote their own products here and try and ensnare the people off the cruise ships. It's a big market, isn't it, for people coming in, because there's thousands, aren't they, coming in off each ship. So it's a good avenue for selling your products to people and promoting. Yeah, I think it's excellent.
Fabulous. I'm very impressed with this setup, how all the local people are showing their own produce that they've made and all the handiwork that they've done. I'm very, very impressed.
The people are very friendly. Yeah.
And now you're here with...
Yes. We're here with, I'm here with family.
Friends.
This is my daughter. Friendly, nice atmosphere. Yes. Very nice to look at.
Yeah. Really love it. It just makes you feel happy.
I agree with these. They're so nice. The people are so friendly. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been to Dominican and I've been to Cuba, but first time here.
Yes.
Invest SVG's Export Development Officer Peter Edwards spoke with our news team on their plans to get visitors to the expo site, with many of whom will have already made arrangements to have sightseeing tours.
So far, it's picking up. We have the volunteers at the cruise ship terminal inviting the cruise ship passengers to our expo. We have a live band out of Beckway that will be entertaining them. We also spoke to the tour operators. After their tours, they will, drop them at the expo and then pick them up back and take them back on board the ship. So far, so good. The vibes is just kicking off, and I hope everything works well.
Another cruise ship is expected to dock at Port Kingston tomorrow, and there will be one every day over the weekend period. The National Association of Early Childhood Education held a mock independence parade and rally for preschoolers today at the Victoria Park. The preschoolers were decked out in outfits representing the various groups and organizations usually involved in the military parade. A mock inspection of the Guard of Honor was also held with rendition of patriotic songs by preschoolers from various districts. Here is a snippet of today's rally. SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union joins ongoing efforts to bring awareness to breast cancer and endometriosis. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
The local news sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones. And that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. When you walk through our doors, our work begins. From corsages, to flowers, to guest books, whatever you need to make that funeral a memorable one. We are proud of the quality and class we have brought to the industry. We are proud for having trained the very first certified embalmers in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are proud of leading the way in terms of live streaming of funerals online so that your family members overseas could also be part of the celebration of life. We are constantly improving our services. We are driven by customer satisfaction, and we are proud of all that we do.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories. C-Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products and furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Tourism is for me, tourism is for you, tourism is everyone's business, yeah. Live it, love it, embrace it.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Quartz today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Quartz, bringing value home.
A vast cross-section of Vincentian consumers decry the abuse they experience from businesses, be it banks' imposition of user fees, utility companies, internet, cable, funeral services, supermarkets, and more. Are these fees justified, or are Vincentians being overcharged? Who, if anyone, is looking out for the consumer's needs? What protections are in place to facilitate improvement and redress? Is customer service in SVG a priority? Join our live program, The Viewpoint, on Sunday, November 3rd from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on SVG-TV and Magic 103.7, or view our live Facebook stream on SVG-TV News and be a part of the discussion by calling the hotline 458-0088 or WhatsApp 530-8962. Moderator, Mr. Junior Bacchus. Panel, Mr. Nathaniel Williams, former Director of Trade, Mr. Anthony Regisford, Executive Director of the SVG Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Mr. Rommel Currency, Officer 2 in the Ministry of Trade. Sponsors, LA Unique Upholstery, Joseph Da Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, Cruise Ship Terminal, Fanfare SVG, General and Maritime Agency, Supreme Trading, Salt SVG Limited, and Century Insurances Limited. Viewpoint, sharing our thoughts, speaking our truth. Welcome back. Endometriosis and breast cancer are conditions which affect many women globally, including right here in SVG. And as such, the SVG Teachers Cooperative Credit Union yesterday afternoon hosted a symposium discussing these conditions under the theme, Get It Off Your Chest. The discussion was led by 3 doctors, including gynecologist Dr. Camille Nichols, who gave a presentation on endometriosis, how it affects women, and the possible medical interventions. We hear more in this report. Knowledge is key in creating better understanding of any situation, and with this in mind, the Teachers Cooperative Credit Union hosted a symposium yesterday to bring greater awareness on the effects endometriosis has on the lives of women. Imparting her knowledge on the condition, gynecologist Dr. Camille Nichols, who noted that endometriosis is usually a benign, inflammatory, painful, non-fatal condition which affects women who are menstruating. She said the condition can compromise a woman's lifestyle and is more prevalent than breast cancer and AIDS. Dr. Nichols said endometriosis can be caused by retrograde flow, it can be spread through the lymphatic system, or spread through medical procedures.
Endometriosis, we get a retrograde flow. So blood flows backwards through the fallopian tubes and get deposited inside the tummy, the peritoneal cavity, and it gets stuck to those adjacent organs. So basically these cells are alive, the tissue, they're alive. They are going to respond to your hormones just as if they were inside the uterus. Okay? So when you have your surges, your hormonal surges, estrogen, progesterone, they are going to respond just as much.
The gynecologist said pain and infertility are among the symptoms which a person can experience.
Different symptoms that you need to be aware of. There are pain symptoms, bleeding, bowel and bladder, and other symptoms. All right, so you could have painful periods. You could have pain when you're ovulating, which is mid-cycle. When we examine you, the patient jumps off the bed, and you could have pain during sexual intercourse. And this pain is not when you're having penetration. It's not at the introitus. It's deep within. When the man is thrusting, you tend to get a lot of pain, and after sex, you tend to have pain also. You could have bleeding problems, and you could have bowel problems. The most common symptom, as I mentioned, is the pain, and you could get this pain because of the adhesions.
There are some treatment options for women affected by endometriosis. Dr. Nichols said these treatment options depend on age, how intense the pain is, whether or not the person has or has been trying to conceive. She said one of the treatment options is pregnancy and explained why.
Doesn't have any children. She needs to find a boyfriend or a husband and go and get pregnant. Even if her mother tells her she can't have sex until she's married. Because we already said that endometriosis causes infertility. So get your children out of the way. And pregnancy is a treatment for endometriosis, because if you're pregnant, no periods, so that endometriotic deposit is going to just die off. Yes?
To deal with the pain, patients usually take various painkillers. However, Dr. Nichols said these have their own drawbacks, while noting that contraceptives can also help women with the condition.
The way the combined oral contraceptive pill works, is that it abolishes your HPO axis. So you're not having the swings with your hormones, you're not ovulating, because you're getting a steady amount of estrogen, and then after 3 weeks you stop, and then you have a withdrawal bleed or a period. Yes, everybody follow that? So we can use the combined oral contraceptive pill to help the patient.
For SVG-TV's Evening News, I am Bavin Olver. One woman who has been living with endometriosis, Adelia Thomas, is encouraging all women with or without the condition to give support to each other. She told the gathering that she has been affected by endometriosis for more than 20 years. Thomas noted that many persons do not understand the symptoms associated with the condition, which he said can affect a person's personal, social, and professional life.
Be kind to others because you don't know what battles they are facing. The questions like, so you will give your mother baby? How do you know I ain't trying? How do you know I don't have infertility? How do you know what is happening with me? How do you know I haven't had miscarriages? You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what the person next to you is going through. Be kind to everybody you meet. And number 5, I ask women to support each other. Because sometimes we can be our own worst enemies. We talk about the men not supporting us, but a lot of times we don't support each other. You're a woman and I'm a woman, and we at work and you see that I'm not feeling well, and you know you're making jokes, you're laughing, and you're telling the person, oh, it's not that serious. Support each other.
Thomas said she is willing and ready to be there for other women with the condition.
You can find me at sheislotus.home.blog. I started a blog. I have been sharing information on endometriosis. Women have been writing in their stories on endometriosis, polycystic ovarian syndrome, and adenomyosis. Those are the topics that I cover. Anything women's health related. Because I don't only have endometriosis, I have other illnesses as well that I find are not talked about enough. But for today, I'm focusing on endometriosis, and that's where you can find me. I'm also on Instagram, she.is.lotus, and on Facebook, she is Lotus 784. You can find information there. You can inbox me. I'll answer any questions that you have. And if I can't answer it, I'll point you in the direction of somebody who can.
Latest global figures show endometriosis affects an estimated 1 in 10 women during their reproductive years, usually between the ages of 15 to 49, which is approximately 176 million women in the world. Women from across St. Vincent and the Grenadines are being given the opportunity to participate in a one-day conference this Saturday at the Methodist Church Hall. The event, being dubbed Blossoming Beautifully, seeks to encourage women to come together and find their potential to better their lives. The event is being organized by Arise and Blossom organization. Public Relations Officer for the organization, Mandela Campbell, says health and relationship talks form part of the conference.
Various topics. So we have Denise Grant, and she's going to be doing real talk on healthy relationships. Dr. Rusha Campbell Chambers, she's a dermatologist, and she's going to be talking on treating acne and aging skin. Miss Lafleur Ben is going to talk about makeup do's and don'ts. So makeup 101, do's and don'ts. We also have Miss Anjanella Young, very known in the Vincentian public. She's going to speak about building your beauty business brand. And we also have Miss Aldine Butte-Brung, who's also known for her styling chic boutique. She's going to speak about hair care for your beautiful tresses. So we have a dynamic and diverse and dynamic presentation. So
in addition to the discussions at the conference, there will be booths set up for participants to showcase their business.
To be a health and beauty showcase where we're going to have health and beauty tips, an expo with various exhibitor booths, and we're also going to have a fashion show at the end. So it's an exciting event that we're looking forward to for all women of all walks of life, ages to come and to participate. Phenomenal. We have had several testimonies of women being encouraged to start their own businesses, and one of those businesses being started is actually going to be exhibited at our event on Saturday. So it's a proud moment for us to see that we're actually impacting lives.
The price to participate in the conference is $20, and persons from as young as 13 can attend. An internal science fair was held yesterday at the Georgetown Secondary School, which saw the participation of students of 3 schools in the zones: the Georgetown, George Stevens, and Sandy Bay Secondary Schools. The fair was held under this year's National School Science Fair under the theme, Turning Problems into Opportunities Using Scientific Strategies. Some of the best projects on showcase were selected to enter the National School Science Fair, which will be held from November 11th to 15th at the decommissioned E.T. Joshua Airport compound. Journalist and community activist Kenville Horn will leave the state this Saturday for a British government-sponsored international leadership program in the United Kingdom. ILP is the Foreign and Commonwealth Office's flagship visit program designed to create and develop lasting relationships with future leaders who may have made an impact in the UK's global interests. The program will include a range of visits, discussions, and meetings with senior British decision makers and opinion formers. These will include UK leaders in the government and a visit to number 10 Downing Street, the home of the Prime Minister, Parliament, the media, civil society, education, business, and industry. Horn will be expected to participate in roundtable discussions on global issues, tour the House of Parliament at the Palace of Westminster, hold meetings with 2 British members of Parliament, and tour the Arsenal Football Club. The visit will also see the journalist visiting a number of major media entities, non-profit and non-governmental organizations. Horn is a founder of the Kenville Horn Sports Academy in Rose Hall and a journalist with the Vincentian newspaper. He received the Queen's Award, Young Leaders Award in 2015 and the Commonwealth Point of Light Award in 2018. He expressed delight in being invited to attend the International Leadership Program. Guyana oil production targeted for possible December startup. This from the region when we return. Stay with us.
That was a local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years' experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs, and wreaths. Arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
It's that time of the year for another ULP innovative event, Smorgasbord. This Friday, November 1st, at the ULP headquarters, Murray's Road, from 11 a.m. Come savor a variety of food from different nationalities, all on one serving area. Syrian, Lebanese, Venezuelan, Taiwanese, Cuban, Indian, Filipino, along with mouth-watering Vincentian cuisine. Price will be determined at the end of the line. The bar will be well stocked. So this Friday, November 1st, come enjoy great company with some delectable bites at Smorgasbord at the ULP headquarters. Smorgasbord.
LA Unique Upholstery. Quality at a low cost. We build to suit your needs. Contact us at Redemption Shops 457-0182 or Stony Grungs 453-2089.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Take photos of important documents and secure them in waterproof containers or bags. Make sure to include any insurance policies, property deeds, or mortgage papers.
The regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region, we hear that Guyana is now set to see oil earlier than expected. In a news report which was released yesterday by the United States-based Hess Corporation, the president of the company, John Hess, announced that oil production is now targeted to begin in December this year. We hear more in this news source report.
The Stabroek block is operated by ExxonMobil with a 45% interest, while Hess has a 30% interest and CNOOC has a 25% interest. Oil production was initially set to begin in the first quarter of 2020, but according to the Hess Corporation CEO, in September the company announced its 14th discovery in the Stabroek block at Tripletail, which is offshore Guyana, and the companies are now targeting December for first oil from the Liza 1 development. And the announcement is coming at a time when there is still concern among Guyana's private sector about local content provisions for the oil industry, and as the country has started preparations for elections in March 2020. In a separate statement today, the CEO of ExxonMobil Guyana said the company's schedule has always been first oil by early 2020, and he said based on the company's current schedule, there is a possibility that production will begin before the end of this year. However, he noted that there are several factors that could affect that timeline. The company's top priority, he said, remains the safety of its project workforce in its operations and protection of the environment. The Liza Phase 1 development, which is now targeted to start production in December, is expected to produce up to 120,000 barrels of oil per day. The Liza Destiny production and storage vessel, which arrived back in August, will be used for the first phase of the oil production, according to the report from the Hess Corporation. The Hess company also announced today that the exploration and development of drilling activities are continuing on the Stabroek block.
Still on the regional scene, St. Lucia's Commerce Minister Bradley Felix said he is awaiting an update from the Cannabis Commission to move ahead with the legalization of marijuana. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday, October 29th, Felix, who is the point man on ganja, disclosed that the new commission has made some progress on the road to legalization. The chairman of the cannabis movement last week stated that the process of marijuana legalization will be finalized by the end of 2019, though some have raised doubt about whether it will be done. We hear more in this NBC Primetime News Report.
Bradley Felix in May 2019 was appointed as the government's point man in determining the direction government takes regarding the decriminalization or legalization of marijuana. St. Lucia lags behind its sister islands in the OECS sub-region on the matter. The chairman of the cannabis movement, Andrew DeCaris, who is also on the newly appointed Cannabis Committee, told NBC Prime that the process of marijuana legalization will be finalized by the end of 2019.
From the last review, or rather the last update that I was given, I'm told that they're making some good progress. Pretty soon they would be coming out to indicate how far they have been. But from members that I have spoken to on the committee, they are satisfied with the progress that they're making. So very soon we will have something.
The mandate of the commission is to consult and provide advice on the design of a legislative and regulatory framework for cannabis. $100,000 has been budgeted for the initiative, which is to cover town hall meetings and educational forums via the media.
He's also a member of the commission, so I guess he would be speaking from maybe an informed position based on what has transpired. So I guess when that information gets to my desk, I'll be able to relate. I don't want to speak out of turn.
DeCaris says that there was no need for hesitation on the issue, but to move forward and get it done. Malaysian consultants, Pemandu, DeCaris disclosed, were given a 2021 timeline from the government. Pemandu objected that it was unrealistic as there are so many investors.
U.S. House of Representatives passed resolution to formally proceed with impeachment inquiry against President Donald Trump. This from the international scene when we return. Stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Search for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set? Set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner. Turn your own keys. Set for life.
Still going to town for hardware? No, you don't need to. Pinchers Hardware in Pembroke. It's your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. We stock building materials, blocks, sand, and stones. Also plumbing and electrical fittings. We have automotive supplies too. And to make things easy, we will deliver to your location. Come on in or simply call us at 458-7591 or 533-1576. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pinchers Hardware, located in Pembroke, where quality meets price.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world, available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Let's go further afield now. The U.S. House of Representatives has passed a resolution to formally proceed with the impeachment inquiry against President Donald Trump. The measure detailed how the inquiry will move into a more public phase and was not a vote on whether the president should be removed from office. It was the first test of support in a democratically controlled House for the impeachment process. The White House condemned the vote, which passed along party lines. Only 2 Democrats representing districts that the President Trump won handily in 2016 voted against the resolution, along with all Republicans, for a total count of 232 in favor and 196 against. The resolution also set out due process rights for President Trump's lawyers under the congressional inquiry.
It's not any cause for any glee or comfort. This is something that is very solemn, that is something prayerful, and that we had to gather so much information to take us to this next step. Again, this is a solemn occasion. Nobody, I doubt anybody in this place, or anybody that you know, comes to Congress to take the oath of office, comes to Congress to impeach the President of the United States, unless his actions are jeopardizing our honoring our oath of office. This resolution ensures transparency, advancing public disclosure of deposition transcripts, and outlining the procedures for the transfer of evidence to the Judiciary Committee to use in its proceedings. It enables effective public hearings, setting out procedures for the questioning of witnesses and continuing the precedent of giving the minority the same rights in questioning witnesses as the majority, which has been true at every step of this inquiry, despite what you might hear fulminating there.
Well, that's the news. Sports is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up
the fun! With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They claim General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
Let's now take a look at the local weather conditions. Conditions partly cloudy. Winds northeast at 6 kilometers per hour. Temperature 26.5 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 88%. Barometric pressure 1011.3 millibars. 24-hour rainfall 28 millimeters. Today's maximum temperature 29.9 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature 28.7 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:38 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow at 5:58 a.m. Forecast generally cloudy with some pockets of light to moderate showers, occasional rain, and possible isolated thunderstorms. Synopsis: a surface to low level shear line is affecting the island.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
It's that time of the year for another ULP innovative event, Smorgasbord. This Friday, November 1st, at the ULP headquarters, Murray's Road, from 11 a.m. Come savor a variety of food from different nationalities, all on one serving area. Syrian, Lebanese, Venezuelan, Taiwanese, Cuban, Indian, Filipino, along with mouth-watering Vincentian cuisine. Price will be determined at the end of the line. The bar will be well stocked. So this Friday, November 1st, come enjoy great company with some delectable bites at Smorgasbord at the ULP headquarters. Smorgasbord.
A vast cross-section of Vincentian consumers decry the abuse they experience from businesses, be it banks' imposition of user fees, utility companies, internet, cable, funeral services, supermarkets, and more. Are these fees justified, or are Vincentians being overcharged? Who, if anyone, is looking out for the consumer's needs? What protections are in place to facilitate improvement and redress? Is customer service in SVG a priority? Join our live program, The Viewpoint, on Sunday, November 3rd from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on SVG-TV and Magic 103.7, or view our live Facebook stream on SVG-TV News and be a part of the discussion by calling the hotline 458-0088 or WhatsApp 530-8962. Moderator, Mr. Junior Backus. Panel, Mr. Nathaniel Williams, former Director of Trade, Mr. Anthony Regisford, Executive Director of the SVG Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Mr. Rommel Currency, Officer 2 in the Ministry of Trade. Sponsors, LA Unique Upholstery, Joseph Da Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, Cruise Ship Terminal, Fanfare SVG, General and Maritime Agency, Supreme Trading, Salt SVG Limited, and Century Insurances Limited. Viewpoint, sharing our thoughts, speaking our truth.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics. appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome to the evening sports. James Harden almost scored 60 points as the Houston Rockets won a high-scoring thriller against the Washington Wizards, while the Golden State Warriors season went from bad to worse as Stephen Curry broke his hand. Harden posted 59 points to lead the Rockets to a stunning 159-158 victory over the Wizards in NBA action on Wednesday night. Rockets teammate Russell Westbrook had another triple-double, scoring 17 points, 12 assists, and 10 rebounds. Curry, meanwhile, suffered a broken left hand in Golden State's 121-110 loss to the Phoenix Suns midweek. The Warriors star landed heavily on his wrist in the third quarter and did not return as Golden State lost for the first time in 4 games. It is another huge blow for the Warriors, who are already without injured All-Star Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant, who left for the Brooklyn Nets. As for the Los Angeles Clippers, they lost 110-96 to the Utah Jazz after resting superstar Kawhi Leonard. Head coach of the newly formed West Indies Emerging Players Squad, Floyd Reefer, insists the primary focus of taking part in the upcoming Colonial Medical Insurance Super 50 Cup is primarily about developing talent and not winning. The former Windies interim coach has been given the task of honing the talents of players who might miss out on a spot in the various franchises due to heated competition for places. Reefer is confident that there is plenty of talent to work with. According to Sportsmax, Reefer said, "I think it is a balanced squad. We also have a few players in the squad that will be preparing for the ICC Under-19 Cricket World Cup 2020, South Africa, so they will be looking to have a good outing in the tournament." The Emerging Players Squad have been pooled with last year's losing finalists Guyana Jaguars, as well as host an 11-time champions Trinidad and Tobago Red Force. Recent winners of Windward Islands Volcanoes and United States for Cup B matches will be played at the Queen's Park Oval and Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad for the year's Super 50 Cup. The Royal St. Vincent and Grenadines Police Force Masters defeated New York's Masters by 10 runs in the Festival Shields Championship yesterday, the second day of the Masters 2020 Cricket Festival at the Arnoldsville Sports Complex. Carriacou Masters beat the Prime Minister's 11 by 5 wickets at the Arnoldsville Sports Complex. At the Park Hill playing field in the FET Division, Trinidad and Tobago Masters won from North Windward Masters by 7 wickets in game reduced to 11 overs because of a late start. East Masters of Trinidad and Tobago beat National Properties Geku North East Masters by 3 wickets in the Festival Shield match reduced to 18 overs because of a late start. At the Sand Hill playing field in the Festival Shield, Central Trinidad's touring team beat Mustique Company Masters by 53 runs. In the FET Division, Monroe Road Masters of Trinidad and Tobago defeated Trinbago Leatherbacks by 8 wickets. At the Cumberland playing field, the FET Division match between Toronto Masters of Canada and Trinidad and Tobago Seniors was abandoned because of rain after Toronto Masters of Canada won the toss and were 150 runs in the 19th overs. And Sarasota International of Florida defeated North Leeward Masters by 8 wickets in a match reduced to 16 overs because of rain. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Lassie Stores Pharmacy. Lassie Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Get ready for the 2019 VINLEC National Science and Technology Fair, November 11th to 15th, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. daily, under the theme, turning problems into opportunities using scientific strategies. Registration is now open and closes on November 1st, 2019. For more information, see the Science Fair Handbook at svgcdu.org. Don't miss your chance to win great prizes. It's the 2019 VINLEC National Science and Technology Fair. See you there.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Make sure you have food, water, medicine, important documents, and cash in your survival kit.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. The RSVG Police 4th Youth Club moved into the semi-finals while 4 other teams secured qualifying spots when the first round of the French Aranda National Lottery's SVG Community College Invitational Football Competition ended on Tuesday. The RSVG Police 4th Youth Club won Zone B of the first round with a comfortable 3-1 win over defending champions Year 1 Technical and Vocational. 2 goals from Daniel Patrick and an own goal made up the Police Youth Club's tally. Aaron Collins converted for Year 1 Technical. Year 2 Technical and Vocational and the American University of SVG then advanced to the qualifiers after their 2-all draw. Zidane Simmons and an own goal accounted for the 2 goals for the Year 2 Technical, while Gabez and Maurice Emmanuel netted for the American University of SVG. Jebel's Youth then romped to a 7-0 thumping of All Saints Medical to take another qualifier spot. Java Odain, Jamel Lewis, Randall Thomas, Kamal Griffith, Colin John, Antonio Charles, and Teresine D'Souza all got on a scorecard for Jebel's Youth. Matchday 7 on Friday 1st November will feature the 2 qualifiers from which the last 2 semi-finalists will be derived. From 2 p.m. on Friday in Qualifier 1, Year 2 Technical Vocational will take Year 1 Arts, Sciences and General Studies, after which from 3:45 p.m. Qualifier 2 will feature the American University of SVG against Jebel's Youth. Both games will be at the Victoria Park. In Group A of the Hiram KCCU Digicel Richland Park 9-a-side football championship, Kelroy Frederick scored both goals as Hill 16 Youth beat Beefy's Convenient Shop Highlanders Masters 2-0 at the Richland Park Oval in yesterday's afternoon's match. And that's how we end sports this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up.
Singer is a family store. We sell everything you need for your kitchen and more. Top brands and appliances, TVs, fridges, cookers. We make your life so easy. Just come in and see us. A wide range of furniture. Right here at Singer. Affordable beds and mattresses. Right here at Singer. Washing machines to make your laundry clean and fresh. Singer is a family store that gives you the best hire purchase deals. Right here at Singer, we'll outfit your home. Right here at Singer, the #1 family store. It's us with Singer.
It's that time of the year for another ULP innovative event, Smorgasbord. This Friday, November 1st, at the ULP headquarters, Murray's Road, from 11 a.m. Come savor a variety of food from different nationalities, all on one serving area. Syrian, Lebanese, Venezuelan, Taiwanese, Cuban, Indian, Filipino, along with mouth-watering Vincentian cuisine. Price will be determined at the end of the line. The bar will be well stocked, so this Friday, November 1st, come enjoy great company with some delectable bites at Smorgasbord at the ULP headquarters. Smorgasbord.
again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. ULP General Secretary says Jomo Thomas' exit will not affect the party and wishes him well. Guyana oil production targeted for possible December startup. U.S. House of Representatives passes resolution to formally proceed with impeachment inquiry against President Donald Trump. And in sports, Harden scores 59 as the Rockets defeated Wizards by a 1-point margin. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Bavin Oliver. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices, then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for Life. A brand new house. Set for Life. A brand new car. Set for Life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for Life. Did your day done set for Life. December 28th. Set for Life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for Life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your own keys. Set for Life.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.